Hello, hello, hello. I'm so happy you guys are here. Welcome to Monday Morning Crochet Business Chat. Super late. It's Monday night. We are going to be talking today about the Etsy Star Seller program. Is it going to hurt your business? Is it just a big mess? Um, and how to take care of yourself um, dealing with the whole Etsy Star Seller program. We're also going to be doing an Etsy shop critique of Juniper and Oak's Etsy shop, as well as I will be giving away to one random winner um, admission access to my Etsy Bootcamp. So if you don't already know who I am, my name is Pam Grice. I'm the Crochetpreneur, and I am on a mission to help 100,000 women build financial freedom through crochet. So if you are one of those people, give me a thumbs up in the comments, say hi, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching the replay, be sure to put hashtag replay so we know where you're watching the replay. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like so that YouTube lets more people know that we are here, we're live, and we're going to be talking about all things Etsy today. All the things. Okay, so Etsy Star Seller program. So some people knew this was coming. For some people, this came out of the blue. What are your thoughts? I'm going to come over here and pop into the comments. Hey, gang. Hi. So glad to see you here. Lots of friendly faces, friendly names. I feel like my camera is, there we go. Is that better? I feel like it was a little blurry. That's better. Okay, so if you checked on the Star Seller program, even though it doesn't start until September 1st, let me know if Etsy is telling you that you're going to get Star Seller. I don't think a lot of people are there yet. I think a lot of people were surprised that this was coming, and especially since it is a 3-month. It's a program that takes a look at your last 3 months worth of stats on 5 particular criteria, and gives you a rating. And if you meet Etsy's standards of our bestsellers, then you get a star badge. The interesting thing is that they didn't tell anyone until a month out. So it begins September 1st, and they just released it this past week. So a lot of people are like, if you were going to look at my last 3 months of stats, you should have told me 3 months ago the exact criteria that I needed to meet, and I would have then put it on my task list to meet those criteria. So let me just check out over here. I'm not eligible. I didn't have a tracking number from a sale. No, it wouldn't be from like 10 years ago. It would be from within the last 3 months, I hope. I know the whole program is rife with bugs, and I think Etsy knows that. In fact, this is what I think of when I think of the Star Seller program. It's a huge dumpster fire right now. Are you feeling the same way? Seriously, people are upset. Etsy obviously rolled this out without testing for bugs. They rolled it out without understanding how shipping impacts different sellers around the globe. It's just a big mess. But if you are not up to speed with what it is, real quick, I just want to share a little bit about what the program is, and will the Star Seller program hurt your Etsy shop? If you are a big picture person and you kind of want to know the end of the story before I start, the end of the story is we don't have a lot of control over this. Please don't stress about it. That's the big picture, okay? Let's just walk through a few steps and discuss some specifics. So it again begins September 1st. It's a badge for what Etsy has described as the best of Etsy sellers. So I think that's really interesting since they didn't make it in such a way that it can't be hacked. So hacking the system looks like marking spam on messages that you didn't respond to quickly enough. And then so marking actual customer questions spam so that you don't get dinged, but you also are not providing service. But Etsy says their AI says, oh, they're one of our best sellers. So anyway, they're also saying that the Etsy Star Seller badge will not negatively impact your business at this time, which tells us, right, we know Etsy, that tells us they may eventually provide advantages to star sellers, such as putting you higher in search, marketing your business more than other businesses, and anything else you can think of. So there's not a disadvantage now, but there probably will be. I'm guessing in the near future, probably around Black Friday time. Okay, and the program is a rolling 3-month tally of 5 criteria. So let's just step through those really quickly. The first one is that you must have 95% of your messages must be answered within 24 hours. Now, this is the first message that you receive from a customer or from someone. So when they first make their inquiry, you have 24 hours to answer that message. Once you answer it, as you continue discourse back and forth through Etsy Convo with that customer, you are no longer held to that same standard. Sorry, I'm shaking my table. So if you write to them, they respond, you wait a couple days, maybe they responded with a specific personalization, and then you went and you did it and you made a mock-up, and then a couple of days later you write back to them, you won't be dinged for that. So it's only on the first message. And again, like I said before, I hope you can't hear my dog eating. Like I said before, spam doesn't count. So if someone sends you, we all get spam. If someone sends you spam to your Etsy Convos, go ahead and mark it spam, and you won't get dinged for not responding within the 24-hour period. Okay, so that's the first criteria, messages. Second criteria is 95% of your reviews in the last 3 months must be, must be 5-star reviews. This is tough, right? This is unfair to small shops, right? It puts bully customers in a power position. Once, we've all seen those bully customers, right? The ones that give a negative review in hopes that they're going to get something from you. And now they know that they have even more power over the seller. And so already sellers are kind of stepping over themselves to try and get the best reviews, to try and convince people without asking to change their reviews. And those are for reviews 3 and under. Now it's 4 and under that you need to be concerned about. And honestly, just like high school teachers who refuse to give 100%, some people just refuse to give a 5-star review unless it's something way over the top. So this is not something that sellers are in control of. So it feels unfair. It really penalizes those small shops who, if we already need to get 10 sales, we'll get to that in a second, but we already need to get 10 sales in that 3-month period. We already know that only 10% of customers leave a review. So if they get 1 review and it's 4 stars, they now have to get 19 reviews to counteract that 1 4-star review. And if that star is even lower, oh no, it's not. Cut that out. Never mind. So anyway, it's 19 5-star reviews to every 1 less than 5-star review. And again, if 10% of people leave reviews, which is kind of the norm, you have to have 200 sales with 10% responding, 5 stars, and then that one lone 4-star person. So this feels really hard. It feels really harsh, and I don't like it because I don't meet that criteria. because people will buy a pattern. I sell mostly patterns. People will buy a pattern and give 4 stars and say, it's written really well, but I haven't done it yet. So they don't give 5 stars, they give 4. And now I need to make a bunch of sales to try and make up for that. All right. Anyway, I don't want this to be a complaint session. The next one is 95% of orders processed and delivered on time and include, I'm sorry, it says shipping and it means and include tracking or use Etsy labels. Y'all. Okay. I don't want to get too deep into this because this is the most ridiculous requirement, and this is the one that kind of shows that Etsy doesn't understand how their own system works for their people. Hang on. There, I wanted to use my nice overlay. Okay, so back here. It's pretty clear that Etsy doesn't understand that not every country has Etsy shipping labels. Not every country has affordable tracking. You Canadians out there, your tracking is awful. And from reading inside of the forums, it looks like their tracking is also labeling things as not shipped on time when they were shipped on time, and they're also holding sellers responsible for delivery time. So if the post office doesn't scan a product as delivered, it could ding your shop. Okay, again, I don't like it. Okay, it also doesn't account for if your shipping date is a public holiday or a Sunday when your post office is closed, and so you ship the next day, your shop will get dinged. All the things, not loving it. Okay, so, and finally, the last 2 criteria are you must have 10 sales and $300 in sales per rolling 3-month period. So, this is really hard for brand new Etsy sellers, which they're not going to even be ready for the program until they've had their shop for 3 months. And then asking them to get $300 worth of sales in their first 3 months is hard. It may not be impossible, but it feels hard. Also, it's difficult for high-end shops who maybe they only sell 1 product every 3 months, but it's a $30,000 product or it's a $20,000 product. Expecting them to make 10 sales a month and saying they're not the best of the best sellers when they're actually making in that 1 sale more money than many people are making through the whole year. Anyway, that's not fair. Also, for crochet pattern sellers, you sell 10 patterns and you've made $50 in sales. So you meet their quantity criteria, but you don't meet the dollars criteria. And that just doesn't feel fair to me. So, all right. So that is the overview of the Etsy Star Seller Program. Will it hurt your business? I doubt it. I think, like, sellers, I'm guessing, are going to have to go to your shop's front page in order to see that Star Seller badge. I doubt that it's going to be underneath, maybe I could be wrong. I doubt that it's going to be underneath the listings when they're looking through search. So I don't think this is going to be a big problem for sellers. The biggest problem I see is going to be those sellers who are obsessed with stats, the sellers who are obsessed with what their competition is doing. This just gives them another thing to be obsessed about and to distract them from doing their business. And so my best advice to you is do your best for your customer and let Etsy figure this system out, because again, it's a dumpster fire and it's not something that you are all that much in control of. So that's my best advice. I know that was kind of quick, but I really just want to get to the point of, like, don't freak out about this. There's so many other things to think about in your business. There's so many things, ways that you can serve your customer. And yes, answering questions in 24 hours, except, serving your family looks like taking the weekends off. And so now Etsy's saying, oh, but you have to work 24/7 and answer these messages within 24 hours, so you don't really get to have a weekend off. And yet Etsy doesn't live up to that same standard. If you've ever tried to contact Etsy customer support, they are not going to get back to you in 24 hours. So, okay, Melanie had said something about pattern designers don't ship anything. So if you do sell digital products, they will not count that. They're not going to look for tracking or shipping labels on your digital products. So they'll even, if you only sell digital products, that will be removed from your criteria. However, there are a lot of digital product sellers who create variations. They create personalized items. And because Etsy doesn't give that option to digital product sellers, they have to list that item as a physical product so that they can get all of the information they need from their customers in order to create that digital product for them. And then they deliver it via Etsy Convo or via email, but most likely via Etsy Convo. Therefore, they have no tracking number. They have no, they can't use Etsy labels. And so every single one of those orders is going to get them dinged. Etsy has said what they want those people to do is to, sorry, I lost the words. They want them to create a PDF that immediately downloads to the customer and tells the customer how to get those sellers the information they need to create the custom order. Which, okay, that sounds like a nice way to do it, right? It's a digital product. We send them a digital file that says, here are my questions for you, and I'll create your product. The problem is that that order inside of Etsy, as soon as it's placed and as soon as that digital product is sent to the customer, it is now put into the seller's closed orders file. And that's just going to cause all kinds of problems. It's just going to cause a lot of administrative issues on the side of the seller, who's going to have to go through and figure out which ones are sold, which ones aren't sold. They're going to have to print things out. They're going to have to file them. It's just not a good system, and it's not a good hack for those sellers who are, who have already tried to hack the system to serve their people, and now Etsy's dinging them for properly serving their people. So Erin says it sounds impossible. It does sound impossible. I bought something from a friend's Etsy in April and she shipped it to me. Etsy still says it's in pre-transit. Right, that means that the post office hasn't scanned it. And so your friend will get dinged for that, even though it has nothing to do with her. I received an item within a week it was shipped. Okay, not a fan of this program as a designer. Yeah, the system is not good. And so please, let's just do your best. This is what I'm doing. So if this is what you want to do, cool. I have my automatic messages set up for the weekend that says I will get back to you within 24 hours, except on the weekends. I will get back to you on Monday. And I set that to go out to customers on the weekend, and then I take it off during the week. During the week, I can answer questions whenever. So that way I am not, and thank you to Farron Trainer for the idea of doing that, because I think it's really smart. She's one of our CBA people. So I've done that. So every weekend I have to set it, and every Monday turn it off. Or I just set it for 2 days, and it just turns off by itself. So I've done that. As far as shipping, I do digital products, so that's not a problem. I don't have a problem with the number of sales or the dollar amount of sales. Typically make that every month, or definitely every 3 months. So I'm not worried about that. And reviews. So I don't have a 95% in reviews, because like I said, I sell patterns, and people are picky about patterns. If they don't like that I use standard abbreviations and they like capitalized abbreviations, they might mark me down for that. Or they don't like landscape patterns, they like portrait patterns, they might mark me down for that. They might think my font's too small, all sorts of things, right? So there's all kinds of reasons why people might give 4 stars instead of 5 stars. And then I just want to send, don't do this, but I just want to send a message to everyone who has purchased in the last 3 months, or who are still eligible to leave a review and say, please go leave me a 5-star review. But you can't do that. And I also want to tell people, please send me a message so I can respond in time. I'm not going to do that either because I don't want to play the system. I don't want to waste my time. There's already algorithms on Etsy that I have to deal with, algorithms on Instagram and Pinterest, and I just don't want to deal with another AI system that doesn't know who I am and doesn't honor who I am as a seller. So I'm not worrying about it, doing the best I can. Okay. I haven't even started my shop yet. Should I even bother? Yes, bother. Yes, bother. We're going to talk about this tomorrow morning on Monday Morning Crochet Business Chat. For those of you who are watching this replay, you can look that up. We're going to talk about how to start a crochet business even on a budget, and I'm going to start my own Etsy shop. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But yes, I think it's totally worth it to start your shop, even though this is a pain. But again, if you're not thinking about it, it's not something that's detrimental to you in making that decision. This is just a little incentive program within Etsy. It's not a whole platform, and it's not really make or break. Etsy's still a good platform. I agree. Speaking of Etsy, let's forget about the Star Seller program. Let's just ignore it. Let's let it go. And let's focus on something else. Let's focus on maybe learning something from seeing what someone else is doing in their shop and how we might learn from her shop, learn from maybe some suggestions I have for her. So we're going to go over to, now I have to learn, I have this new program that I'm using. So I'm going to learn how to share my screen. Now we have it. Okay. Here is Erin's Etsy shop. Her shop is called Juniper and Oaks, and I'm actually going to make that full screen so that you all can see it. And I'm going to take this banner down and that. Okay, here we go. Here is Erin's Etsy shop. I'm going to go over to that screen and start looking around. There we go. All right, here's her shop. You guys, I'm just going to walk through the steps that I go through when I'm conducting an Etsy shop critique. So I go through a specific set of criteria. I used that word earlier, sorry. Anyway, the first thing I look at is the branding. So is this branding reaching her target audience? Is the branding cohesive? Does everything make sense? So the first thing I look at is the banner. And as you can see here, Erin, you don't have a banner. And I really recommend that you create a banner for your Etsy shop. Just like every store has a marquee to welcome people into their store, that's what this is for. It could be simply your logo. It could be your logo with a tagline. So your logo and then, you know, telling people exactly what you do and who you serve. Or it could be a photo of some of your products. It's up to you how you want to do it, but you definitely need either the small or the large Etsy banner in here. And you can find on Canva, you can find templates for those. So I definitely put that here. And then I check to make sure that all of the naming conventions are the same. So here you see your Etsy shop, Juniper and Oaks. Here we have Juniper and Oaks, and here we have Juniper and Oaks. And really, I would like to have this Juniper and Oaks up here, and then have a simple logo down here like J&O or JO or whatever, some sort of graphic logo. Text or graphic is fine, but you can see, you can't even see, I think that says Crochet and Fiber Arts, but it's so small that I can't see it. So I would suggest that you make this just a simple logo that's easy to read, and then put all of the details up here. All right, then, so I have your icon, your consistent naming, your shop title, and then the last part is right here. And I love seeing your beautiful face, and I love that you have your actual name. A lot of people will put a pseudonym here, and they'll put some sort of picture or cartoon here. And really, Etsy shop owners, the reason they want to buy handmade is because they want to buy from a person and they want to see your picture here. So good job on that. The next thing we look at is right here. See right here where it says crochet pattern to bring comfort and invite conversation. So this right here is actual searchable text that works its way into your Etsy search and the Etsy algorithm. So in here, I want you to use some keywords. So crochet patterns for home decor, I think would work for your shop. Most of your items are home decor items. So I would say home decor or crochet patterns for wall hangings and Afghans. Something like that works in several keywords into that small phrase right there. So that would be my suggestion. To bring comfort and invite conversation is not going to be things that people are searching for. So I would put something there that's more searchable. Okay, next is the announcement. So here's your announcement. Hello, welcome to my shop. Take a look around at what I have to offer. So first of all, in these first two things, there's 2 typos. So I want you to be really careful with that, because some people are going to come to your shop and see 2 typos and they're going to decide that drives me crazy, so I'm not going to stay here. So you know that I'm all about done is better than perfect, but sometimes to customers, they expect certain things, and that might be one of them. So here again, this is information that I really suggest you fill this in with some searchable text. Fill it in with some things that's of interest to your customers, because this is pretty passive. So welcome to my shop. Take a look around at what I have to offer. So it's very passive. It's like when someone comes into a brick and mortar and you say, look around, let me know if you have any questions, which is perfect for an in-person engagement. But here you want to give your customers some direction. So I would say, welcome to my shop where I provide crochet patterns for home decor that you would love to make, whatever. So specifically saying what you make and who you make it for in this first sentence. I'd like to have, 4 different sentences. What you make and who you make it for is the first paragraph. Your introduction. My name is Erin. I'm so happy that you're here, or I've been crocheting for X amount of years and have turned my passion for crochet into design. If you have any questions about any of these products or patterns, you can reach me through Etsy Convo. This is the third one, is about your email or how to contact you. Click the contact button to send me a message, or you can email me at whatever. Etsy doesn't like you to have people email you off site, so saying click the contact button right here and it'll send me a message, and then a quick thank you. So just 4 sentences. Again, I'll go over it. The products that you make and who they're for, your introduction, how to contact you, and thanks for coming to my shop. So that's what I recommend that you put right here. So they'll just click on, oh, you know what? I didn't even click on this before. I would suggest that you have the sentences butt up against each other so that they know that they need to read more. And I love this part here. I contribute a portion to every sale to various charities that meet the needs of pregnant mothers, infants, and children. So I love that. I think that's important to keep that there. Okay, so you already said. Never mind what I just said. I am going to, all right. So for now, I can't see your comments. Once I'm done with this critique, I'll pop back over to the comments and see if you have any questions. But I just want to say, so this is the listing that I'm going to critique more in depth. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to take a drink of water. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to go back because there are a couple more things that I need to go over in your business. So first is, when I scroll down, I do see your reviews, but that's about all that I see. right? I see your shop members is you, but there's no picture and there's nothing else. I don't see that you have your about information filled in, so I don't know anything about you. I don't see a story. I don't see pictures. I don't see shop updates. So I'm just going to show you on my shop what that looks like. Okay, so as we scroll down, so as we scroll down past the reviews, and some customers do this, I do this on everyone's site. Here we have shop updates. So shop updates, I recommend, you see my last one was 7 months ago, so that's embarrassing. But I recommend you do these every 2 weeks. I just don't have it on my calendar to do. But you can see, you can put, this was a customer review photo. These are like updated photos of an old pattern, lifestyle photos. So you can see just different photos of my products. And when you have these, it sends a message to anyone who has favorited your shop and lets them know there's been an update. So that's always nice. It's free advertising. Etsy sends that out at the bottom of their weekly newsletter. So that's always helpful. It just gives customers another idea of what this hat will look like on a different person. You can, more text here of convincing people to purchase, and then you can link your product. So every 2 weeks, I suggest doing a shop update just to keep your products in front of customers' minds. All right. Then your about section is right here, where you have a space to put 5 photos along with a video. So I don't have a video up right now. I'm working on it. But you can put a video here plus 5 photos. So this again is more space to let the customer get to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. And again, then you have your about story section. This is where you tell the customer how you can serve them. So I know it's about your business, but it's about, write it in a way that is about how you help your customers rather than about, I love crochet so much and I wanted to turn it into a business and I learned to crochet from my grandma. And so I'm doing this to honor her, and like people don't care about that. And even you'll see that most Etsy sellers, that's what their about section looks like. It's like all about me, and I love my business and I love what it does for me and my family and all of that. But your customers, when they read through this, they want to know what you're going to do for them. So read your about section with the eye of the customer, saying what's in it for me, okay? And then there's another place to link all of your social media, your blog, your website, all of that. And I just looked at this yesterday and I'm like, why am I in here twice? I think it pulled one of these from one of my other shops. I have no idea. But so these are my shop members, me and me. And you can put your little blurb about how I learned to crochet or anything about that. And then also here are your shop policies that Etsy requires that you have shop policies put in place. I didn't see those on your shop, so we need to come back over here. Yeah, so your shop policies. All it says in your shop policies is that you accept these payments. It doesn't say anything about returns. It doesn't say anything about anyone who has problems. So go through and look at the Etsy template for policies and be sure that you fill all of that in. I like that you have your production partners here. That's very important. Okay, so fill out the rest of your about section. All right, then the next thing we look at is your photos. Are they cohesive and are they clearly showing the product that's for sale? So I feel like you could do some, like this is a lot for the eye to see. It's a lot to dissect. What am I looking at? What's for sale? Like as you look at this, like what's for sale here? Is it this toy? Is it this doll? Is it this blanket? And then with this wording down here, this wording says exactly what this wording says. So it's redundant and it's not necessary, and this takes away from what you're seeing there. So Monstera leaf, or yeah, Monstera leaf, right? Georgia tapestry wall hanging, Georgia tapestry wall hanging. So I would redo these thumbnails and make it spotlight your photo, and really make sure your photos are clear and bright. For example, when I look at this one, that wall is yellow instead of white, so the product isn't popping off. So I would just say be sure, like this one I can see, like this is clearly the mug that you're going for here. This is clearly a shirt, but you have different backgrounds. This one, I wasn't sure this was a tattoo. I thought you were showing this thing down here. I just think you could do a little bit more to make it more cohesive, especially just having the same background on all of your photos. So I really like this white brick background. I don't know if that's a mock-up or not, but again, oh, I guess it is. Like I feel like there's too much space given to all of this text rather than really highlighting the product. So that would be my thoughts about photos. Now we're ready for your listings. Okay. I think it's important that you have crochet pattern at least in this first row. I don't know necessarily it has to be the first word. It can be, it's up to you. I might create a duplicate listing and set it up with Monstera leaf C2C Afghan crochet pattern and see if that performs better than this. I really do suggest A/B testing your listings and creating 2 listings for each. Use a different photo for your thumbnail and use different tags and keywords, or just change one thing and see how it performs, better or worse, just for your own purposes to know what works better with your customers. Okay. Now we're going to come over here. Here we go. I need another sip of water. Okay. Crochet pattern, Monstera leaf, C2C Afghan, plant corner to corner throw blanket. I don't necessarily think you need the word plant in here because no one's going to be searching plant corner to corner throw. They might search botanical, but I don't think they're going to search plant. But that could just be me. But we're going to go take a look at what Etsy Rank says about this listing in a little bit. Okay, and then here you have this blurb here, which I think is really important to have this blurb, but I don't like it as your first paragraph. Your first paragraph is the paragraph that is meant to evoke an emotion in your customers and really draw them in and make them want to purchase this. And it's for you to use these keywords that you're using up here. So I would say this Monstera leaf Afghan is one of the hottest symbols going this year. 2020 is the year of the Monstera leaf. This C2C blanket is made using a corner to corner pattern motif, and the pattern comes with whatever. That's a simple way to write it. If you want to get fancier with your words, you can, but I think it's important to use these keywords in your first paragraph because that's what Google uses. And I'll show you that. I'll show you that right now. If we come down here, this is what your Google listing looks like for this product. And you can see it says pattern Monstera leaf C2C Afghan. And then it just says this PDF is a pattern only, not a finished product or a physical copy of the pattern if you would like to purchase a finished product rather than whatever. So this does not make me want to click on this. If I'm doing a Google search for a Monstera leaf C2C Afghan, this will probably come up, but then I read this and I'm like, what? It doesn't draw me in. So you want this first paragraph to really draw people in. So that's that. I like this. I like that you're inviting people to your newsletter. I think that's really important. Another thing you could do is you could add, you're not using all 10 photos. One way that you could increase the number of photos is to add a graphic here that talks about joining your email list. So it'll give you another photo and be a way for people who are not reading the description to actually see that they could join your email list. Like, thank you, and this is fine. Okay. All right, let's go take a look at what Etsy Rank says about how we can improve this listing. So Etsy Rank is a service that you can connect your shop. You can see I have my shop connected here because I have a basic, not a basic account, the like mid-range account. It lets me look at my competition, and so that's why I was able to look at your account and pull up your listing so I can see tips for improving it. So it says your title is too long, and it says it's fine that it's too long, but make sure all of the most important information is at the beginning. And for me, I think Monstera Leaf C2C Afghan crochet pattern might be a better way to arrange this. And then here it's looking at your tags. Okay, now the first thing I see with your tags is that you have a lot of single word tags, and some of these don't really have anything to do with the product itself, like the word juniper. We have lots of searches for the word juniper, or we have 600 searches a month lately for the word juniper, but people, when they type in juniper, are not looking for a Monstera Leaf C2C Afghan pattern. Same with oaks. People aren't even searching for that. They're not searching for corner to corner, and they're not searching for C2C. So these are wasted tags. You're only using 11 tags. I really want to encourage you to use all 13 and to use long tail keywords. So these are going to be, start with the keywords from your title and use crochet pattern. You only have 20 characters. So if you can fit monster leaf pattern, or Monstera, sorry, or leaf C2C pattern, Monstera Afghan pattern, like lots of botanical Afghan crochet pattern, lots of different ways. And if you do have eRank, you can come in here and use the keyword explorer and type in Monstera Leaf crochet pattern. It'll give you some ideas for keywords. I recommend that you get keywords that are here in, over 1,000 searches, or at least here over 500 searches. So they're in the green, but not in the red over here. In the red over here says that so many people are searching, so many people are using this keyword that you're never going to get found. So especially when there's, here you have less than 20 people are searching for C2C, and 10,000 other people are using that as a keyword. So you're going to be 1 in 10,000 for 20 searches. Here, this is over 1 million searches. This is over 1 million searches. I'd like this to be under 50,000 at least, so that you can get found. So again, this is a really great tool to help you get found, but I really want you to go back and check your tags and not use single words. You're using long tail keywords, which means it has 2, 3, 4 words, as much as you can fit, that describe your product. So PDF, sure, some people are looking for it, but 1 million people are using that, right? This is not going to be effective for you to use. Same with downloadable. I would definitely use Monstera Leaf and then crochet pattern and leaf crochet pattern and Monstera Leaf Afghan, botanical Afghan, those kinds of things to help you actually get found. All right, your category, here you have your attributes. So this is a crochet pattern, so crochet is good. This one is very important. You have this listed under tutorials, whereas a pattern is not a tutorial. A pattern is listed under patterns and how-to, and then it will go to patterns and blueprints. So I think you're going to get found more easily under the patterns and blueprints. Let's go do a quick search. I just want to check this because I don't want to give you bad info. Let's do so here's your competition. I really encourage you to look at what your competition is doing and make sure that your photo is standing out in comparison to them. You can see this is the best seller with that keyword. This is as well, but it doesn't fit the search. But that's important to see, you know, what this one is the best seller for a reason. This is a bright, clear photo. You might get some photos of this that are a little brighter and clearer, and you might also ask your testers to send photos, get this in different colorways or whatever. But what I wanted to search was, let's just look at this one and see if we can find out what category this is in. Okay, patterns and blueprints. See, crochet patterns are going to be in the patterns and blueprints area. I can't see what I'm doing. I have something blocking my screen. Oh, it doesn't want to go back. Let's see this one. This is just in craft supplies and tools and patterns and blueprints. So I really think you need to change any of your patterns. I think need to go in the patterns and blueprints category rather than the tutorials category. A tutorial, someone is going to expect step-by-step photos or a video tutorial rather than a pattern. So patterns needs to go into the pattern category. And again, it's saying that your description is long and suggesting that people might wander away because they don't really read all of this. So it says the first 160 to 500 characters are the most important. So again, you're going to want to put a different paragraph right up here. This is important to keep because people don't understand. And you might want to make a graphic for that as well. This is a crochet pattern. You won't be receiving a physical product. You can put that in your photos. But you can leave out some of this stuff. The stitch abbreviations, you might take that out and just indicate the skill level instead. So if you can edit any of this, but some of it is important, like this. US terms is important. People like to know the materials ahead of time, and so I would just take this out. Size is important. You don't necessarily need gauge in here either. So anyway, okay, that is all of the things here. See it saying you're missing all of these photos. Try to use all 10 photos. I like that you have a work in progress. You might do that. I believe you had a video on here, if I'm not mistaken. Did you? You did. I'm so proud of you. I haven't even gotten around to doing this in my own shop. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I hope I'm still connected to you guys. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. It makes it look so great. If you could bump up the brightness on this, it would be even better. I love that you have the two patterns showing there together. Okay, this is good. I like that you have video. Etsy has, for those of you who don't know, Etsy has started with their Etsy offsite ads are using a lot of video rather than still photos. So if you have video on your listings, and not many people do, then you're more likely to get shown in those. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to come back to you. There we are. Hi, gang. Okay. Comments. Here we are again. All right. I'm going to read through the comments real quick and go over those. And then I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to give away Etsy Bootcamp to anybody who's not in CBA. I don't know if anybody who's here is not in CBA. If you are not a CBA member, I want you to raise your hand. Give me a hand raise emoji, and we'll put you in the running to get the Etsy Bootcamp. CBA members already have it. Okay, Here we go. I thought I recently added one. Okay. Could you please remind me what an update is? Okay, shop updates. You have to do shop updates using your phone. And doing that, why did someone make an angry face? I don't know. Okay. You use your phone. I don't have a screen cast on my phone, but you'll go to the Sell on Etsy app, and on the Sell on Etsy app, you will click on, I'm going to go look at it so I don't tell you the wrong thing. You will click on More, so you know it has a little hamburger with the More underneath it. It's at the lower right hand corner. Then you're going to click on Marketing and then Social Media. And when you get to that screen, you'll scroll down all the way to the bottom where it says Shop Updates, and it will give you some ideas on what to share. And basically you just click on that, and then you click on the plus sign up in the top right hand corner, and it'll allow you to go to your camera roll and select a photo, then add some text and link it to a listing on your site. So easy, and it lets people know what's going on your site. So it's a really great way to utilize lifestyle photos to go along with some of your products. I want to make sure people know that it is a pattern instead of a physical product. Okay, you can do that with fewer words. Erin, you can do that with fewer words than what you're using now. I would just use the words crochet pattern rather than the entire title of, sorry, I'm shaking, instead of the entire title of the pattern. So it's just too much text. How do I make sure people know that? So again, I would just use the crochet pattern text. It already says downloadable. Like, you don't have to have this on your thumbnail. I suggest you do, just because it's helpful. And then instead of having your first part of your description say this is PDF, move that down a paragraph so it's not the first paragraph. In the item details, put this is a pattern only, this is not a physical product. I wouldn't use those exclamation points because I think that'll turn customers off. They don't want to be yelled at, especially in all capital letters. But yes, I would put that kind of text just like you have, but I would put it down lower. Don't put it as the first paragraph. All right, I'm writing down raised hands. Again, if you want to win the Etsy Bootcamp course, raise your hand if you're not in CBA, all right, so that I can write you down. All right, I'm writing that down. What would be your number one tip to start with? My number one tip to start with would be to redo all of your tags, because you're not getting found, because your tags are not being found in search, so people aren't finding your products, so they can't buy them. So once people start finding your products, if they're not selling, then you can start tweaking other things, but you have to get yourself found first. This will be saved on YouTube so you can watch later. Yes. I don't know how to do a hand raise. Okay, shopping to scale. Shopping to scale. Pam, I don't do social media on my phone. Is there a way to do updates on a laptop? There is not. So you're not actually doing social media on your phone. You're doing the Sell on Etsy app on your phone. So you're just, so the Sell on Etsy app helps you manage your business when you're not close to your computer. So, but no, you can't do updates any other place but on a device using that app. You could use it on a tablet if you had a tablet. I love this podcast. Going through it in real time is so fantastic. So much I never thought about. Oh, good. That is a problem I have, is not getting found. So if you're not getting found, it's your SEO. You need to be doing a lot of marketing yourself. So on social media, on Instagram, on Pinterest. but also you need your SEO to be proper, which means you need your titles, tags, and keywords to be cohesive and effective. I suggest Etsy Rank or Marmalade, Marmalead. Those are two apps that you can use to check on your keywords. Kathy. I do have eRank and trying to use that. Yes. So use eRank. Let them help you pick out your good keywords. And you can also go into, if you're in CBA, you can go into the CBA group. If you're not, you can go into the Crochetpreneurs group on Facebook, and you can tell people, this is my product. I'm having a hard time coming up with keywords. What would you use? What words would you use to search for this? And people can give you their thoughts on how they might search for that item, and then you can go check out those keywords in eRank. All right, I am going to go to the Wheel of Names and put these names in to see who wins the Etsy Bootcamp. Dun, 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 dun. I will share my screen in just a second once I get these names in. Okay, let me come back here, share my screen. There it is. Okay, we only have 3 people who are not already in CBA. So let's see who wins. Sorry, hang on. Here we go. There we go. A Couture Handmade, you are the winner. Send me a DM with your email address. You can send that either, you can send it to pam@crochetpreneur.com, or you can send it on Facebook to the Crochetpreneur. And I'm coming back. Stop sharing. Coming back to you. Okay, and I will get you all set up with your course as soon as possible. So congratulations to you. Woo! Okay, y'all, I think we made it to exactly 60 minutes. That is Monday Morning Crochet Business Chat, the new version over on YouTube and also on Facebook. So thank you guys for coming. I'm going to let you go. We are going to be back here in the morning. Be sure to set a reminder. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell so that you get notifications when I go live. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to like and follow and do all of the things. Okay, so it was great to spend some time with you guys tonight. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care, everyone.